Time for another video tech tip from Macrosystem US. In this clip, we're going to talk a little bit about a technique that can be used if it appears that you can't see any video output from your S Casablanca model. This trick can be used on Bogart SE models running 2.4C or higher, and SE models running SmartEdit 9 as well. For some reason, the system may have defaulted into a different monitor mode. The trick to resolve this is called the emergency screen switch. You can even see it in person if we go to the main menu of the system and try it, but we'll talk about that in a second. If you connect your machine and boot up and you see no image or just a black screen, but the LED on the front displays the word Macrosystem, you just might be in the wrong screen mode. The correction to this is very simple. Let's say in this case you're connecting to a monitor with a DVI output. The screen on the DVI monitor might appear black. There's a trick to using your trackball's right-click button to switch screen modes without seeing the display. When the machine is powered up, theoretically it's on the main Bogart screen, you just can't see it right now, hold the large right trackball button down for 6 to 7 seconds. The front LED light should suddenly change to the word display. On some software versions it might say the word, in German, Anzeige. It would be followed by the current display mode it's in. If the system tells you it's currently in the single analog mode, it might say Display SCART. Pause, and then you can press the large left-click trackball button to toggle to the next display mode. Or number keys off the keyboard can be used too. As the system was set to single analog, the next mode in line would be DVI. Just wait about 15 to 20 seconds between screen switches. This should now switch the system to single DVI output, and you'll be able to see your menus on the DVI monitor again. This method is simply an emergency backdoor trick to switching the monitor modes. Again, you might find it easier to use the keyboard. If you're using the keyboard, use the number keys to switch to the appropriate type of screen display. Number 1 will be SCART or analog output. Number 2 is the DVI output, and with 3, VGA if you're using the Bogart system. This is also in the order that they're in. So if you tried the screen switch trick and the display said VGA, then you need to do this trick twice, holding down the large right trackball button, then clicking left. You'll need to do that a couple times, eventually to get yourself to the DVI output again. That's why you might find the keyboard a little easier. The emergency screen switch function can also be used in Media Manager as well. This would be useful in cases where you switch from Bogart and you go into Media Manager, and suddenly the system's screen is going to go to black. If you go to black, in most cases, this means the Media Manager is resting on the main menu and has been set to a completely different monitor mode than you're using on Bogart. If this happens, the same thing as before. You'll switch over to the Media Manager like usual, and you'll see the black screen. Then hold the large right trackball button down for 6 to 7 seconds. You'll see a message on the front LED screen on the machine to indicate it's in the display mode. Use your keyboard to use the number keys to switch to the appropriate screen display. Number 1 for SCART or analog, number 2 for DVI. And with Bogart 4 on some systems like the S2000 or the S4100, you can also use the HDMI output. One more note on this. You can actually see this action if you have access to your main menu. On the main menu, I'm going to hold down the right trackball button for 6 to 7 seconds. Now you're going to see the Display Format menu. Your trackball will vanish here. So if you ever see this menu and fumble into it, make sure you right-click to cancel out of it. This will cancel this command. Otherwise, if you left-click here, you'll tell the system to reboot in the next monitor mode that's in the list. And you're going to probably get a black screen, and then you'll need to do exactly what we were talking about here at the beginning of the video to get back to your current screen mode. So I'll go ahead and right-click and cancel out of this, so from our SCART menu here, I do not switch to DVI. For those that may want this trick in written form to have next to you at your editor, check out our website www.macrosystem.us and go to the FAQ section. Under the Boot Up Questions section, you'll find the same step-by-steps written out for you.